Okay, in our last assignment, we basically were making multiples of our recipe, increasing the yield actually, keeping the portions the same size, 12 portions in this recipe, but changing the amount that we're making. And so whatever number I change this to, it should automatically, whoa, that's big, it should automatically, my recipe should automatically change US and metric. Okay, so what I want to do now is just create a new yield and a new portion size and have it do the same idea. So we're really going to use most of this again. I don't want to have to type it all out again. So if I just duplicate this sheet, the entire sheet, I just have to right click down here on the tab and say make a copy, move or copy. So I'm going to create a copy, I'm going to move it to the end of my workbook, and it comes right in here. Now I need to rename this, and so it's new yield and new portion over here. Okay, so I need to do some work in this area up here. So I have a new yield, and this time I also have a new portion. Actually, I'm going to put the portion on top here. We're going to have a new portion and a new yield. Okay, and so I'm going to grab the same formatting because those are the cells that I can change. And I need a little bit of room down here, so I'm actually going to highlight a couple of blank cells, right click and insert. And it'll insert a couple more. Oh, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want the color. Sorry, I just need to grab this cell and insert, and then I can grab a couple at the same time. Whoops. There we go. Right click, insert. Okay, got it. Just need a little more space. So I got a new portion. Let's see if I need to read that. New portion, new yield. And so now I have the old portion and the old yield. And those are straight off my recipes. Okay, so the old portion, it was making 12 portions, and we had 3 quarts or 3 liters. Okay, I can get rid of this. I'm going to move it a little bit, so I'm going to clear this out, and I actually want to clear the formatting just so that it looks like all the other cells around it. There we go. So over here, I'm going to create some new basically portions and yields. Let's go new P's and Y's. So what I need to do, I'm going to use the same formula I used here, where I was dividing the new yield and the old yield. So I need to create the new numbers here. So this number, the new portion and yield number, is going to equal this portion times the old portion. Enter. And this one is going to equal this new yield times the old yield. And now I'm dealing with just these two numbers again, just like I was on this recipe, dealing with these numbers, so that I'm not dealing with all of those. So I've made some new numbers, and now I can do my conversion right over here. My conversion factor. Yeah, let's just merge those together, and I'm going to merge these and make it show up right in here. So this is going to equal, same thing as before, whatever's in this cell divided by whatever's in this cell. Enter. So that's going to be my special conversion factor. I'm going to give it a little, make it look a little, stand out a bit. Okay. And so now I should be able to change whatever, any of these numbers, and it should automatically change my conversion factor. Okay. Alrighty. So now I need to apply this conversion factor to this recipe, exactly the same way that we did over here. We see that we use these dollar signs so that it's always looking at this square here. I need to do the same here, but it's no longer E3. E3 is wrong. It needs to be looking here, which says it's F6. So I want you to change all of these formulas, and once you change one, you should be able to pull down, right, and copy it down. So change all the formulas here, change all of the formulas here, so that if I come over in here, I make any changes to the portion or the yield, my recipe will automatically respond and make those appropriate changes. So I want you to do that part on your own, okay? And when you're done, save that. I'm going to save it right now. And so the last part of the assignment, I want us to go to our Google Drive. And so I've just made an empty folder. I called it Demo. So what I want to show you here is that I can go like this file, I can upload that Excel document, and I have it saved here. And so I'm uploading a Microsoft product, right? That's an Excel product. And now I could, if I want, I could share this with people, right? If I wanted to, I could get a link and share it with people. I could also download it as a PDF and let people look at it without making changes. But I can also convert it into a Google document. So if I right-click it and say Open with Google Sheets, it's going to convert that Microsoft product into a Google product. And it's working in the background to move over all the formulas, but it shouldn't take too long if it's not a really complex. Like Excel is more complex than Google, and so if you have a very complex Excel, it might not exactly convert properly. But I can take a look and see if everything's like, I might need to drag some things around in order to make things fit, but for the most part, all these formulas should still be the same, should still work. Yeah, and even my list came over, right? So that's kind of nice. And so the idea here is that you got to think about your customers, and maybe they don't have Microsoft. And so you could start it in a Google document. You could start, here I am in Google's version of Sheets, and I can go File, and I could download it as Excel if I knew somebody had Excel and give it to them as Excel or as a PDF. Or I could start in Excel like we did and upload it to Google, change it to Google, a Google product, and give it to somebody if I knew they had a Google product. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the last step of this assignment. And yeah, I hope you learned something new there. I enjoyed it.